here we are. I made a little coffee, even though it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just to sort of keep my throat from dying on me here while we're talking. Thank you all so much for joining me. Just a few odds and ends up front. Hey, Nancy. Just a few odds and ends up front that I put in sort of at the front of all of my live streams. I am live streaming on the phone because, you know, that's what I'm using on this channel. I have turned off monetization while we're live, so you should not be interrupted with ads. Hey, Noreen. Hi, Ron. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate that. That was going to be one of my questions here. So anyway, monetization is off. After the video is done and it goes into the recorded mode, I'll turn monetization back on again. So if you're watching this after the fact, you will probably get an ad or 10, depending on how long it is. Good afternoon from Florida. Wow. We had some sun earlier today, but then the wind really kicked up, and I think we're expecting some not so great weather in a couple of weeks here. So I'm not really sure what it's going to do today or tomorrow, but it was a nice day earlier until all of the wind started up, and then I don't know what it's going to do. We may not stay on here long today. Muggy in Florida, what a shock. We may not stay on here long today because, I don't want to keep everybody too long, and I don't know what all we have to talk about. I never plan these things out, rarely ever plan anything out ahead of time. So it's just sort of, what's going on. But I did want to sort of have a moment to just sit back and relax and thank everyone for being along on this ride for the last year. There were times when I thought this will never end. And then as we got to the end, it was more like, where did the time go? This thing has just flown. It's hard to believe we have done this for a year. And so anyway, we're going to continue along. I mentioned this in this morning's video. I am going to continue to attempt to get a video every day and to make it more storytelling every time rather than sitting back and going over gear again. I do have a couple of things coming that I'll probably touch on, but what I will probably do is make a video with that equipment and then put a little tag at the end that shows you what it was that I did that was different. Hey, Angel. I think the days of an entire video about gear hopefully are gone. This is going to be more about learning to tell a story. And I've emphasized the fact that some of those stories will have words and some of those stories will not have words, and just let the video carry it. But it's about telling a story. Most of my videos, when I do that, most of my videos are between 3 and 5 minutes. I don't know that will change a lot. However, I would like to get maybe 5 to 7 minutes. The magic number for YouTube ads is 8 minutes. As long as it's below 8 minutes, it won't be interrupted with an ad. And so if I can keep my storytelling videos less than 8 minutes, your viewing won't be interrupted. And that's sort of the goal. Other channels like The New Retired Me, or when I go back to doing photography, I try to get beyond 8 minutes. The one I did this morning, I don't think was 8 minutes long. Because I am, doing the monetization thing a little more seriously on the New Retired Me channel. So, you will probably see an ad in most of my videos. But here, it's not really about that. It's about creating something that people can enjoy and just watch for a little while. And I'll be honest with you, to create a 3 to 4 minute story and to keep things moving can be anywhere between 50 and 100 video clips. That's a lot, when you're editing every day. So I don't really want to get a lot longer than that because I don't want to bog my own life down. I would like to have a life along the way. So anyway, the video that's going live tomorrow has already been made. It's been edited. It's been uploaded. It's just sitting there waiting for January 1st. So hopefully people will tune in for that one. One of the things I did mention in this morning's video is that I will begin to do a few things designed to get more views or to get more subscribers. I'm not really worried about that so much at the moment. Okay, hang on a second. I've got my laptop over here. I've got comments coming in down here that I'm not actually seeing up here. So that's a little confusing. So I have to kind of keep looking at that out of the corner of my eye. And then Rhonda shows up. So hi, Rhonda. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to try to do some things a little differently this year to either get more views or to gain more subscribers, just trying out the things that people talk about on other channels. So trying to make sure I do end screens a little more consistently so that it drives someone maybe to a video they haven't seen yet, or putting an actual title on the thumbnail because YouTube cares about that. To create a description, I rarely ever write. I have rarely ever written a description of any kind on the videos that I've done this year. I've just sort of left the little thing up that says this is an experimental channel. I've taken that off. We're past that now, so there'll be a little new description, and it includes a link to the store where I'm putting up new material for the Life in Motion Diaries channel there. Some of the comments that I've had about the store, people were looking maybe for coasters or stickers or magnets, and I'm finding those things, creating something, putting it up. I'm ordering for myself to make sure that the quality is okay, and then I'll put it live in the store. So there'll be new items coming up every few days on that store if you go back and look and see if there's something maybe you're interested in. I'm not going to talk about the store a lot. I think that was a concern over on the New Retired Me channel, is that I would just start making videos all about the store. That's not it. It's going to be there maybe every once in a while, like in a live stream like this, I might mention it, but it's not going to be the focus of what I'm doing. It's just there because I had a lot of people ask me about it. I will say this, just sort of in case you have a YouTube channel and you're interested in making money this way. I'm using Printify, Printify.com, and if I choose like a T-shirt, the cost to me includes the commission to Printify. So you can use it for free, just understanding that you're paying a little more for the product. Or you can pay for Printify Premium, which is $299 a year, and your costs go down a little bit because you've already covered that. So pot holders and oven mitts, I think those are there, so I'll have to go look at those. So anyway, in designing things, buying them for myself, sending them to myself, I have already spent about $400 just to make sure that things are okay. And then this morning I went ahead and signed up for Printify Premium, which was another $299. So I've got some money sunk into it, but it's really just an experiment. And if it goes well, great. If it's a bomb and nobody wants to buy anything, then it will go away eventually because, you know, who needs it? But so far, I think I have made 5 sales. So, you know, I will be the next Jeff Bezos probably. All right, that's enough about that. Let's get back to why we're here, and that's talking about this channel. I am looking at a new app, but I'm not going to use it, a new app to shoot video. I'm not going to use it until, I keep talking about this piece of equipment that I've ordered that's not here yet. It's just been delayed and delayed and delayed. It was supposed to ship in November, then it was supposed to ship in December, and the last word I had was they're working out a few production problems, and so maybe in January it will ship. I don't know. When it does, I will start to use this other app, because one of the things that the app will require, like the Blackmagic camera app, is if I'm outside, I'll need some type of variable neutral density filter. And I want to use something besides the magnetic one that I have. I want to have something on the camera that I can screw that onto so that I know I'm not going to drop it anywhere, especially if I have my camera hanging off the side of the car. I'm really afraid the wind or a bump in the road will knock that magnetized filter off. So until that comes in, I won't be using that app. But when I do, I'll make mention of it, maybe in the comments of the video or something. It is a step above the native camera app on the iPhone, but not as sophisticated as the Blackmagic camera app. It's really better for people like me who don't know what they're doing. So, so anyway, that will happen at some point. I'm sort of thinking through different video subjects. I'm making a list of things I'd like to make videos about. And of course, you know, that either requires, like tomorrow's video has no talking in it. The video is just going to tell the story. But if it has talking in it, and it's like a narration, it involves having to write the narration, edit the narration, all that kind of stuff. And so finding things to make videos about, you may see a few repeats from what we did last year in an attempt to try to make things better. And anyway, so we'll see how that goes. Phil, you made it, buddy, from Cleveland. Yeah. Ron, you asked the question, training. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Put something a little more in the comments for me if you would. Yeah, you'll see a lot more coffee shop videos, I think. And I will be going camping again once it warms up just a little bit. I'm not a cold weather camper. I have a trip in mind that I'd like to do that would be 5 or 6 days on the road, and some of that would be camping. So, you know, all of that will be there. And also looking at nearby towns to go walk through and see what's there and find new coffee shops and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a fun year. Now, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, or mentioned in today's video rather, I made it yesterday, I'm not going to beat myself up if I miss a day. I will be disappointed, I think, but I'm not going to beat myself up. But I will put something, I'll put a note up on the community page that says there's no video today, so that you don't have to worry about whether it's coming late or not. Noreen, I would love to go to Florida for winter camping, but some of the areas that I wanted to go to, well, the main area that I wanted to go to, Fort DeSoto State Park, to go to Pass-a-Grille, I'm not sure what it looks like now after the hurricane came through. I know it really devastated the beach of Pass-a-Grille. So I got to do a little more research on that. Let's see. Upstate New York, walking and talking videos. There you go. All right. I am subscribed to your channel. So if you're in the chat here, take a look at Busy After 60 and go subscribe to that channel, so that, because they're going to be trying to use some of the stuff they found on this channel to help with their video creation, and I think that's going to be fantastic. Blue Spring State Park. How central is that? Is that near Orlando? I don't know Blue Spring State Park, but there's a lot about Florida I don't know, because there's only a handful of places I ever go. No problem. And I will say this to anybody, if you've got a YouTube channel and you'd like to increase your reach, just let me know that you have a channel. I will go over and subscribe and try to help you as much as I can. So it's north of Orlando. Okay, all right. I like that area, so I'll take a look at that. What I'm thinking about is a trip to Savannah. I may have talked about this before. I love Savannah. I love the architecture of Savannah. I love the history of Savannah. I love the food of Savannah. And I'm thinking about a trip that would be about 3 days, 2 nights, 3 days camping outside of Savannah, and then finishing up downtown. I haven't really picked a day yet or a week yet to go do that, but I'm sort of looking at all of that. The next overseas trip, I don't have one planned. Not that I'm opposed to doing it, but I'm kind of letting this year sort of be a little more fluid. And so I keep looking at flights. I don't really want to go to Rome when there's 40 million people coming this year. It's one of those things that, but I'm looking at flights maybe into Milan or Venice. I've never been to either of those places, or to fly into Edinburgh. I've talked about this before, flying into Edinburgh in Scotland and renting a camper van for a week and just go out and stay on the side of the road at night and just travel. That appeals to me. So that's on the table. Any new camping gear? None that I'm aware of. I had somebody reach out to me about some lights. And they looked really interesting, and so I reached back out to them and said, let me know what it is you're wanting. I'm interested in working with you. And then I never heard back from them again. I got ghosted, so who knows. I do know where Kissimmee is. Okay. Phil, Banff, I would love to go to Banff. I just don't know if I want to go in the summer or if I want to go in the winter. The only place I've been to in Canada is in the Halifax region, and I really enjoyed that. It was beautiful. But seeing your videos and pictures from Banff on your honeymoon, I understand why people go there. Hello from Greenville. I have people telling me that I should go to Greenville or the area around Greenville. I understand there's like waterfalls and stuff around there. Am I thinking about the right place? Vancouver. Yeah, and you brought up whale watching. I had looked into going to, I think it's called Orca Island off the west coast. And I might look at that again because it just looks beautiful, and it's sort of, it's out there in the middle of stuff, and to go whale watching and stuff would be really, really cool. September wouldn't be bad. I'd like to go when there's not a lot of crowds. So, let's see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Greenville, waterfalls. I've had a couple of people point out to me that I need to go there for photography, so I may have to look into that. Seattle, yeah. Frankfurt, Germany. Hey, welcome to the United States from Germany. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I used to live in Cleveland. Cleveland's not that far from here. It's like a 20-minute drive. And Cleveland's a nice little town. I probably need to do some more videos over there. And just kind of walk around, especially since I graduated college there. It took me 10 years, but I finally made it. And I do plan on walking around the campus of Lee University at some point. Maybe going down memory lane of what it was like in 1976 when it was Lee College. Not the same place. It is not the same place. So yeah, I mean there are a lot of things that it's like I plugged into Perplexity AI yesterday that I would like some information about towns, small towns within a 90-minute drive of Chattanooga that have I don't remember, distressed buildings for photography. And it gave me a list of about 10, and they're not, some of them are not that far from here. A couple of them I've already been to, but yeah, I might be going after some of that as well. Oh, Pam, plumbers. Oh man, not a fun time, I'm sure. I hope everything's okay. Yeah, so, maybe kind of branching out a little bit away from here this year. I need to go back to Nashville as well, and just take a walk around there. But, it's just a matter of finding the time to go to some of these places. So, yeah, it's I think it's going to be a fun year. And I'm looking forward to starting over, as it were. Let's see, Peggy. Yeah, I finally had a live that was sort of in the middle of the day. I'm going to keep the New Retired Me lives unless I do something special. They'll be on the first Tuesday of the month at 7 a.m. because it's wake up and have coffee time. But here I can have them anytime I want. So we'll try to do a few more live streams as well. Let's see. Oh, fireworks. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to hearing that all night long. But anyway, we'll see. How's my mom doing? She's doing pretty well. She is, I think, getting around a little better, and seems to be a little more mobile maybe than a month ago. So we'll get around to do another video with her soon. We just wanted to get through all the holidays, and they wore out. Christmas wore out, and Thanksgiving really wore out. So yeah, we'll do something soon with her over on the New Retired Me channel. I have another interview that I want to do with her about how she and my dad met, and you know, early days of their marriage and that kind of thing. So we'll get back to that. You can't watch my live videos while you're working at school? I mean, come on. Yeah, this is one of the things that when I did this morning's video back at the park that I started in, I forgot that school was not in session. And I mean, the place was just covered up. There were only 3 or 4 parking spaces available. The park was full. So it wasn't the video I wanted to make, but it got the job done. Let's see. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just kidding anyway. When I was working at Fulton High School in Knoxville, I had them put a large screen TV in my office because we did our administrator meetings in there, and we would screencast our laptops up there to show charts and graphs and all that kind of stuff, PowerPoint presentations and all of that. But while the day was going on, I would pick like a 12-hour video of just a train going through the snow in Russia. Nothing but a train going through this, and I would put that up on the screen and let that play on the wall. People would come in, and they didn't really want to see me. They just come in to watch YouTube on my large screen TV. So anyway, yeah, Phil, I like professional fireworks as well, and I know you're going downtown to the Coolidge Park area tonight. I don't know if you'll be there when fireworks go off. I have been there on July 4th for their fireworks, and it's always a lot of fun. It is. I like the fireworks at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I don't want to stay there till midnight. But yeah, it's when people are shooting off all the crazy stuff around you, and you're like me. I'll be going to bed at 9 or 9:30, and I would really like for that noise to go away. But I have a feeling tonight I won't be that lucky. All right, like I said, let's see. Yeah, well, that should be fun. Now I've been to Safety Harbor, I think. Pretty sure I have been. I don't know if I've been to any of those other places you got listed there, but when I'm in Florida, it's one of the things I look for is a small town to go take, kind of what some people will call street photography. What I call is urban photography, because I don't usually take pictures of people. But I have a new camera coming. It's new to me, at least. It should be here Friday. This will be new to Phil. I haven't told him this yet. But I ordered the Leica Q2 monochrome. That doesn't mean a lot to most people, but I ordered it from MPB, so it's used, and I traded in a lens, so it's cheaper. But I love black and white photography. I just love it. And I have wanted the Leica M11, but I'm not spending the $10,000 for a black and white camera that doesn't include a lens. So, the Leica Q2 monochrome has been out, I don't know, 5 years maybe, so it's not a new camera. It has a fixed focal length of 28 millimeter, which is what I love to shoot street photography with anyway. And so it will probably become my street photography, travel photography camera. And then if I want something in color, I'll take it with my phone. So anyway, that should be here on Friday. And yes, you can expect a video about it on this channel as I'm searching for things to do videos about. You know, it's not going to improve my photography in any way. Tim Childers photography is coming back. Not yet, but maybe. You know, one thing about my photography channel is if I make a video for there, I'm not going to rush right into trying to do one every week. It'll be a special video for a special reason, and I'll put it up, and I may not post again for 6 weeks. But anyway. And, you know, I've wanted a Leica for forever, but they're just too expensive. I mean, they are just too expensive. So this one is costing me about $2,500 after buying it used and trading in a lens, selling blood, all of that kind of stuff. And so, you know, I don't know if any of you ever watch YouTube videos about photography. Alan Schaller, Schaller, is just a fantastic black and white photographer who shoots with Leicas. And I have been sort of getting the bug. So, oh, Phil, do you really have to ask that? I traded the 70 to 200 f2.8 because I'm just not using it for the f2.8 like I thought I would. I have the 24 to 240, and that does what I want it to do for me. It may not be quite as sharp as the 70 to 200, but it was just a lens that was sitting on my shelf and not getting any use at all. And so anyway, that's what I traded in. And I sent it in as, I forget what I labeled it as, but they upped it for me to, I always try to underestimate what my lens is worth. They gave me a few more dollars for it after they got it. I think it was 15. So anyway, I'm trying not to spend a lot of money on camera gear, but this was like, you know what? If I don't do it now, it's not going to get done. So let's just do it. So yeah, we'll do something with that camera along the way. Maybe not a Tim Childers photography video, but something for here. You know, I understand the lacking confidence. You don't have to be creative. You really don't. But the best way to overcome the lack of confidence is by doing. So I'm just going to put that out there. Let's see. Yeah, you know, I've been to Portland. I've been to Seattle years and years and years and years and years ago. And I don't know that I would fly out to the West Coast just to go there, but Orcas Island it really caught my attention. And it has a lot of interesting things. And I found it while I was looking at Vancouver Island, I think it is, in Canada. There's a photographer there by the name of Adam Gibbs that I watch sometimes. Gavin Hardcastle used to live there. And it's just gorgeous for landscape and nature photography. It's just gorgeous. And so yeah, I'm just looking at, I'm looking to do something I haven't done in a while, and traveling in the United States is something I really haven't done in a while to speak of. So, but the trip to Savannah will probably come first. So, because a couple of reasons. I mean, one, because it's just a 6-hour drive from here, and I love the food there. But it's also not that far from Bennettsville, South Carolina, which I lived there for about 10 months. And I've been wanting to just kind of drive back through there. I'm not expecting to see much, but I'm just kind of wanting to drive back through there. So anyway, that's sort of, on the radar. All right, I'm not going to belabor this anymore. I appreciate y'all showing up today. I really do. Let's just get on with the next year, post a bunch more videos. And now that you bring that up, my mom took a cruise to Alaska with her husband George years ago, and she has really been wanting me to take an Alaskan cruise. So Alaska's not out of the question. It's not out of the question. I have sort of some of these sort of off the wall things based on YouTube videos that I watch. So, I would like to fly out to California and take the train back to Chicago, and then take the flight back to Chattanooga. Go through the Rockies or go through Canada on a sleeper train. Those kinds of things really interest me. And so I've been sort of looking at that too. Just to find something different, maybe a little weird to go do. That's something I've never done before. Maybe a little bit out of my comfort zone. So I don't know that the Alaska trip will happen this year, but it is on the list to go there at some point. So anyway, I have talked long enough, and except that y'all keep putting stuff up here. So Rob the Mariner has a great channel. He really does. If you're thinking about YouTube and you want to just kind of learn some of the easy ways to get started, he's got a really laid back personality, very easy voice to listen to. His videos are very informative. Rob the Mariner is a great channel. I can highly recommend that. And maybe the next time we do a live stream, maybe I'll have a list of channels that I watch for ideas that I can throw up here, and maybe you'll want to look at those as well. I had several people ask me after my trip to Rome and Florence, and they saw some of the videos I did there. They were like, "Have you ever thought about being a tour guide? Because we would love to go there with you." And I'm like, no. But there is a channel here of a couple. The channel is called Chris and Sarah. It's just S-A-R-A. There's no H. They live in St. Elmo, right here in Chattanooga. And they took a group to Iceland. And, it's one of those things where you get a tour company to put things together for you. And if you get so many people to go, you get to go for free. And that might be a possibility at some point, but I'm not there yet. I'm really not there yet. I still like to go off by myself. So, thank you, Wanda. All right, I've been trying to end this thing now for almost 10 minutes. So we're going to say goodbye. Thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate it. We're going to get off to another year and hopefully have some fun together. Keep coming back, and we'll do another live stream soon. So thank you all. Happy New Year. We'll talk to y'all later.